Main Character from Stephen Read a Lessons right here on YouTube. Now, he is a part of the groundbreaking foundation of Viva More Parfums, which is a sister to Navitus. There's two things came with this. There was a sample of this, which I was not expecting to receive. This is called the Dubai Chocolate Parfum. I didn't even know that this existed. Very grateful to have this as a sample. And this is the miniature sample size for Main Character, so that I don't have to necessarily unbox what I've just shown you. I can try it out right here with the miniature. And so I'll go ahead and do that. I'll be polite. You know. It's like, gee, what do you think it smells like? I don't know. She didn't spray it. I've heard a lot of wonderful things about this. This is said to be a very, very feminine fragrance. Oh, oh, this smells like a nice lady. And I don't mean not lady like someone with all white hair, although there's nothing wrong with that. Storm is still my girl. Okay, so not that, but this is someone that you might run into in a store and you might say, "What do you think about such and so?" And they tell you, and you have a really short banter with them, but you've enjoyed the experience. You just say, "Have a nice day. You take care. Have a great holiday. You too." Main Character. I'm going to put the notes up. Oh, this is enjoyable. This is lovable. This is something. It's mass appealing in a positive way, not in a way that let's push this out. Everybody's gonna like a sugar smack. No, no, no. This is a great personality. This is like a Betty White, Rose Nyland, lovable personality, but with the wisdom of a Dorothy, the sassiness of a Blanche, and a snappiness of a Sophia. The Golden Girls just came to me. I just saw the documentary, but I'm telling you, as many of us that love the Golden Girls of all ages, you can enjoy this at any age. This is not an age-related fragrance. Well done, Stephen. Well done. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna enjoy. I didn't mean to smack that hard. I'm gonna enjoy this. See, I've got this much left, and I'm going to enjoy this. This bottle is a 3.4 ounce bottle, which I love. I love my full sizes, but I am going on a no buy because I've just done a bit much and I need to get myself under some control. Lastly, I'm going to share with you a fragrance that I picked up from from Michelle over at Curly Fragrance. Her line is from Elion, and she released 3 fragrances. I'm going to list them on the screen because I don't want to forget the pronunciation of one of them. There's a masculine fragrance, there's a unisex fragrance, and then there's one that's designed for feminine. If you've had a chance to watch Michelle, she is definitely a young lady that prefers to have more of the masculine side of fragrances or unisex. She could appreciate some of the feminine stuff, but she's definitely got more edge to her. She definitely prefers to have a more masculine scent, which I appreciate. Look, know your stuff, and she's somebody who knows her stuff. So the sample that came along with this purchase, which is Aria. This is the female version of releases of the trio that she has. And again, this is something that is said to be limited edition as well. And this is matured for, 35 months. 35 months. So as I told you, a lot of the Middle Eastern brands release very quickly. And while this was probably ready, it sat for 35 months before she was ready to release it. And even probably go through the samples of it, the different versions of what she wanted to release. So, being as thorough as she is and as well versed in fragrances as she is, I do appreciate her taking the additional time to choose to let this macerate on its own. So, I'm expecting to wear this out the box. There will be no spraying for me on this. Now, this did come from Dubai. And so, I will tell you in all transparency, I had to pay a tariff on this, an additional tax. Normally, when I purchased, I don't remember having to do that, but I did get an email from DHL Express saying, "Hey, you got a duty fee that's, gotta have to be taken care of before we can send this package to you. Otherwise, it's going back." And I'm thinking, well, so I called DHL myself. I didn't want to click on any links. I didn't want to trust any convenient, offerings to the site of, "Hey, you can pay here." No, no, no. I called them And I said, well, how come this wasn't taken care of when I made the purchase? Well, they couldn't finalize what the tariff or the additional fee was going to be until they determined which state it was going to, and they had to wait till it got through customs and yada 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 yada. So I paid an extra $24.95. I want to say $24 and somebody cents I paid, and so I didn't mind. And again, I know that this price point is not going to be something that any of you would even consider. And be that as it may, your wallet, my no buy, you continue to buy as you wish. We're all doing our own thing in a different way. Okay, so I'm going to sample this and we're going to experience it together and see what we have. But first, I want to try out Infinity, which I was also interested in, but I did not want to buy the Discovery set. If you got the Discovery set, there was a mystery fragrance included in that, but you could also apply the $95 cost of the Discovery set to your full bottle purchase if you decided to do that. So I thought that was a nice twist. But this is Infinity. This is the sample that they provided to me with this fragrance. This is supposed to be the unisex fragrance. And again, with the maturity of these particular parfums, she says herself you only need one spray. One spray. So I'm going to go with that. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even spray this yet. Hold on. I may have to go and get this one, you all. There is a difference between purchasing certain things at price points. It's not always a guarantee that just because you spend $400 means you're going to get the quality of what the price should merit. But when it does, it's a real good thing. It's real good. This was not $400. I'm just making conversation. Yeah. I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be mad about another bottle. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to post the notes. This is a little red dress. These are those red high heels. Now I don't mean fire engine red. I'm talking about a warm shade of red, more like a deep, rich cranberry mixed with a little burgundy, the warmer red. Think about a dark cherry, a dark boozy cherry. This is not boozy, but I'm just giving you the illusion of the color. The boldness of a saffron. It's not saffron, but this is a woman that says, whether you like it or not, I know I look good. More than that, I know I smell good. You smell me over here. You smell me coming. Thank you, Curly Fragrance. I like this one. I'm not on her PR list either. This is really, really nice. So for those of you all who, I don't know if this is going to make it to Mercari. Occasionally, when I first heard about this, I was trying to see if I could get a little sample without having to buy the entire, you know, trio of fragrances, and I didn't see anything on Mercari, which lets me know people get these, they're keeping it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm smelling this. I'm gonna move on, but I just don't want to stop. And this is Infinity. I didn't even try the Aria that I paid full purchase price for. Not full purchase. She gave me a great discount. I'm a part of the email list, so I got a good discount. But man, oh yes, I'm going to get this one after my no buy. I'm going to be disciplined and get my. I'm gonna have to get it before my no buy because it is limited edition. But I'm serious about this. I'm not going to be. I mean, we're gonna have another conversation, and I like to have my sprayers face the front of the bottle. You like that? Every time I see a bottle that doesn't have the atomizer pointing toward the front of the bottle, I turn it. It's kooky, I guess. Oh, I'm getting wafts of it already. Wait a minute. Spicy. That's what this fragrance is. This is a good kiss. This is a nozzle into someone's neck. You get a fragrance and you just up in it. It's a slow dance, slow drag. Mm, I like. Not a slow drag in that you're like, not that one where you're dipping and whatnot, but this is on the way. It's a neck roll, a kiss. Okay, what was going on when y'all were making these fragrances? Well done. Well done. Bravo. I'm sorry, you guys, if this is boring you. I just, listen, I wasn't going to open the box. I could just, sort of hear y'all saying, well, you can go open the box. You show me the box, you ain't going to open it. I want to know what you think. You know what I think because I'm not getting into the notes with you all. I can't, right now, I can't say whether or not, oh, they're so different. I really love Infinity and I really love Aria. I know for certain I'm not likely to get the masculine version of the one that's probably her favorite because I just don't want a straight up masculine fragrance, although I do have many, many unisex fragrances that many would say lean masculine. I don't mind. Again, if I'm handling some business, I want some saffron, I want some leather. Give me that vetiver. I want all that. But well done. This is a great way to have a finale on my no buy because I'm telling you, no buy. No buy. 2025, this is it. I'm going into 2026 with a different ding dong 2026. I'm having my new year right now when it comes to buying fragrances right now, this minute. I'm not waiting. You don't have to wait. There's no such thing as a resolution. You can make a decision right now. And then you can have 3 resolutions in a year right now. I'm not going to make any additional purchases because, that stuff adds up. You know, just because you can drop $300 on 10 bottles if you're buying 10 bottles or whatever it is, you could be buying shoes, you could be buying a coat, hat, a car. Even if you have all the stacks in your pocket, doesn't mean you necessarily want to drop it all at once. So when you finance it through the wonderful offerings of the Klarnas and the Affirms and Afterpay, all those wonderful, and there's a few others out there. I'm just giving you those. They're common. Understand that adds up so quickly. It's an avalanche before you know it, and that's kind of what I'm experiencing now. Am I in over my head? Damn near, damn near. And I think I'm so thankful that I stopped. It wasn't that I didn't hear, you know, it wasn't that I didn't hear in my spirit. Girl, stop. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. Sometimes you just want to taste that it's spicy for yourself. You know how you do. You know how we do. So don't come for me. Don't give me the business. I'm just being honest with you guys. Sometimes we understand what the consequences are going to be, whether that's indigestion from eating something we shouldn't have, or whether that's staying up too late knowing we have to get up in the morning and we're going to be dragging, or whether it's not planning and knowing you've got to go on a trip or you didn't put your clothes together, you didn't wash them, whatever it is. We don't always listen to our own good common sense. This isn't always about hearing the spirit inside. It's good common sense too. And I didn't follow that. So I'm going to walk through this part of my journey with you, and we're going to talk about some solutions, at least the ones that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I hope that you'll come along with me on that because we need to have some things in place. And I'll start to share that with you in some upcoming videos. But in the meantime, please do leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, what your thoughts are, what are your recent purchases. Are you going on a no buy? And even if you're not, I want to know that too. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up. I thank you so much for enjoying it, and subscribe if you haven't already done so.